So if you remember a couple of months ago when I bought a boat, the boat had installed the one strange attachment. The whole setup was very strange because the pedestal for the tiller mounted on the boat, it was a wooden one with a 1-inch hole in it, which was supposed to accommodate that adapter with the pivot pin. It turns out that pivot pin adapter cannot be removed. If you try to open the Autopilot and remove it, you will not be able to do it because there is a slip joint inside of the housing, and there is that strange attachment, and because I want to rebuild the system for the Autopilot, I decided to remove the attachment in a most brutal way, which is basically cutting the whole pivot pin and just taking it out and discarding the whole thing. Yeah, needless to say that I already purchased the new one, and the new pivot pin for the tiller is not really sold. You cannot buy it in the online shops. You actually have to contact the representative of Raymarine in your country, in my case in Japan, and the guys kindly provided me with one for 30 bucks. So hopefully I'll solve the problem now. Yeah, here he is. As you can see, this is the housing, and there's a joint inside. The pivot pin contains this undetachable attachment, so the only way to take this pivot pin out is to basically cut it here. The other option is to cut it longitudinally here and basically remove the attachment, but I'm not sure that would work. And it probably will be pain in the ass to do so, so I'm just gonna opt for the simple version and cut it here. There, just a couple of more strikes. And here he is, finished. And you can see this is the culprit. This adapter, it could not be detached from the pin. There's already some scratches here from the tools, I think pliers or whatever. It seems that the previous owner tried to detach it and they failed. So that's the reason why they built that pedestal on the cockpit in the first place. So I think this goes to garbage. Where else? Back to the office now, and yeah, this is the Raymarine ST2000 that I'm using as a Autopilot. Yeah, as you can see, this is the part of the pivot pin which has been cut. So now, once this is removed, I'll be able to take out this pin out, which was not possible before because this part was here, so the pivot pin could not pass through the slot over here. And yeah, this is the new, aka second-hand pivot pin. Once I have this one and reinstall it here, I'll be able to make the new pedestal support for the tiller, which will be the proper one, not this improvisation thing which the previous owner used. Okay, so let's open it. Now we have to remove this really slow, and before we open it, we actually have to turn it upside down. And this is how it looks like inside. So this is the pivot pin, this is the motor with the actuator system unit, this is the LCD unit, and there's the flux unit below here, as you can see it, and that's pretty much it. Let's take out the pin, at least what is left from it. As you can see, this is the same parts, finally free. And this is the new part. Now, I made a couple of stupid errors when I tried to open this one. I actually tried to unscrew this part, which is, it turns out to be impossible, so I actually damaged the housing here a little bit, but I don't think it will be a problem because the load doesn't transfer to this particular part, at least not on all of it. Plus there's this additional cover part that goes over it, so I think it will hold the load. I don't think it's a really big deal, but anyway, let's see it once it starts working properly. We close the housing, and here is the new pivot pin. As you can see, it works fine. Let's test it now, just to make sure that all repairs didn't affect any electronics. Yeah, it seems to be working. The last step would be, as I said, to change this pedestal for the Autotiller, which is quite unconventional one, so that I'll be able to fit now this pin in a proper steel-made flange, which will enable me to use a full potential of the Autopilot without worrying that this piece of wood might decompose in the future. Okay, we finished this. It was more harder than expected. The bolts on this side were relatively easily to remove. However, this side it was quite messy. It turns out that one of the holes was rotten, and I'll show you in a minute the opposite side of this lazarette cover. So I probably have to remake this hole again by using the epoxy to fill up the hole, and then re-drill a hole again in it. Yeah, so as you can see inside, Yeah, this is how it looks. So the hole is completely rotten. Meanwhile, I will remove this pedestal plate bolts from this side